discussing the different types of online software that we use throughout all of the stages of our production. Throughout all the stages of production, so like research, planning, and evaluation as well. So the first one I'll be talking about is Prezi. So we were able to use Prezi to kind of showcase or kind of present all the information that we gathered. So it was a way to show and all of the information that we gathered during our research and planning. The reason why we chose that, why we use Prezi rather than the same like ordinary PowerPoint, is because it presented our information in a more like interesting and creative way that's more like appealing and eye-catching. So this allowed us to have, and the different themes that we would use kind of allowed us to portray our personality onto the blog as well, because it kind of showed how we organize our ideas creatively. However, like I believe that we put too much information in the Prezis when they should have just been a bit more of like summaries and the different things. It's a lot of text to read, and this would not be so appealing to our audience because they wouldn't really want to read all this stuff about how we got to and how we came up with and eventually got to our documentary. They wouldn't want to read so much, as they want to see something that's more creative and like summarizes everything. So I think we should have used this in a better way, where we use Prezis to express our ideas in text form, very like creatively and in a more eye-catching way. But we should have put less information, less text in it, because we put there's a lot. If you can see here, there's a lot of text in just a small portion, and so it's not very like appealing or eye-catching. So I think we should have improved in that sense. But overall, like this has been very helpful, and we've used it a lot in our research and planning stages, and as well as evaluations to express our ideas and get our opinions and our research across. Another thing that we used is YouTube. Now YouTube has been very important for us because it has allowed us to upload the videos that we have made onto our blog and kind of show it to our audience. So as you can see, like these are all the videos that we have made. It is the software that we had used to upload the videos that we edited and filmed onto YouTube that would reach our audience, because it is under public. So, and our target audience, who are millennials, digital natives, fox thinkers, who are used to online sites, especially YouTube, where they get a lot of views, has opened our has kind of allowed us to attract that audience, because they would be able to see our products. So so YouTube has been very important for our production, because it has allowed us to really upload our videos that we had made and be part of a making and doing culture, Gauntlet's making and doing culture, because we have been able to showcase our personality, and because we have been able to show to the world through YouTube all the products that we have made, all the videos that we have made. So this has allowed for us to create interest for our production by presenting information in a kind of more appealing and eye-catching way to our audience. So it's allowed us to like generate interest for our production, like to reach our target audience, because they are the ones who do use social media and who do tend to watch YouTube. So like overall, YouTube has been very helpful. However, I do believe that we should have used it more in terms of filming, because we did use it a lot for Powtoon specifically, because Powtoon, which I'll be discussing in a bit, is another software that we used, but we use it in a way where there's a lot of text. It kind of show text in like a creative and interesting way, but there's still a lot of text in there. So we should have really created more videos like this to make it more appealing for our audience and to create more interest on our blog and kind of showcase more of our personality onto the blog. So without YouTube, we would not have been able to even upload any of these videos, and we wouldn't have been able to show our production to our target audience, because as you can see, YouTube is what we used to what we used to exhibit our production, which would then go on the Journeyman's YouTube page itself. So YouTube is very important to generate interest and even to provide our audience with different products that we have made. Specifically our main production, to ensure that it reaches our target audience. So yeah, YouTube has been very, very helpful and something that we really needed to use. So now another online software that we used was Powtoon. So as you can see, we create a lot of Powtoons. This is something that I used a lot because I was more comfortable with it, and also because it takes a lot of time to do like physical videos. So sometimes I ended up just using Powtoon to present our information. However, I think so as you can see, there's a lot of text there. So I should have really tried harder to express this, to show this information in video form. I should have really tried harder to present my information in a more creative way where there's not so much text seen. So I should have used Powtoon kind of to summarize everything. Then if I wanted to put more detail, I could have made a more interesting video through the use of the camera and Final Cut Pro and everything. But Powtoon has been very useful. It's something that we really used a lot in our production to kind of still generate interest and show our personality on the blog, and kind of to still present their information in a way that's appealing and eye-catching to our audience. However, we could have just summarized stuff through Powtoon and done more videos, and then Powtoon would go on YouTube and go on the blog. So overall, it's been very useful, but we should have put less text in it. Yeah. And another online software that we used is SlideShare. So this is SlideShare was basically used to upload our presentations that we would make through PowerPoint. And as I mentioned before, it was a way to kind of put loads of information, to chunks of text in just one presentation, rather than doing mini small presentations. So that's something I think we should have improved on. However, SlideShare has been very, very helpful for us because it has really allowed us to organize our information in a way where everything's in just one place, and it's something that we did use a lot because we did create a lot of presentations. So it allowed us to organize, to present our information in an organized manner. However, we did tend to put a large amount of text in it, which we should have improved on, whether it's just summarizing, because they're really there meant to summarize information and not so much put everything there. So overall, it was very helpful for us, but we should have not put as much text as we did. So we did use I did use emails, but I only used it really for the evaluation stage, as I wasn't so comfortable with it. However, Lily did tend to use emails a lot, which allowed us to further present, to have a variety of presentation forms in our blog, to kind of have more of a personality and kind of be more appealing, rather than the audience seeing the same thing over and over and over. It allowed us to have a variety of different ways, allowed us to present our information in a variety of different ways, where some are more creative than others. And yeah, so overall, these online softwares has been very helpful.